Well, I hope we all can admit to ourselves that our businesses are pretty in lack any value, pretty much lack any value without the people that are inside the business. If everybody walked away from my business today, I don't think I'd have a business anymore. And I know it's a silly way to start this because we're talking about how HR and finance play together, but HR is such an important aspect of the success of the business and success from a financial perspective. Every industry is different. I've talked about professional services. I'm not really going to go down that road. I think what I want to focus on is how people information, culture information, really interacts with and can, what's the right word, can influence finance and financial information and financial success within an organization. This is not exactly your question. I will get there, Miles. I will get there. But the idea here is that if we don't respect the value of the people side of the house as much as respect the finance side of the house, we are going to fall off on our goals as an organization because the two are so interconnected. And so when we look at HR and finance, they are a parallel. They're parallel departments. One is, in a lot of ways, they sit inside an operations department. Sometimes you have a chief financial officer that's overseeing kind of operations and HR and finance. Sometimes you have a director of operations that sits over those offices as well. Really depends on how you're structured. But I don't meet very many organizations in which there isn't a strong play between how finance and HR operate together. And the reason that is that anywhere from recruiting to onboarding to paying staff to performance review to increases, all of these circle around those two departments. What our job is as leaders within organizations is to create that duality within the two systems that give our staff confidence in our respect for them, one, our willingness to invest in them from a professional development perspective, and two, to give them the information back out of the operations of the organization that show them that they're succeeding or where they need to develop. And that is where the two departments meet so critically, that isn't one or the other. It comes from both. If I'm professional services, I have utilization. If I'm SaaS, I have R&D and R&D pipeline or R&D roadmaps on how we're getting there. Is that flowing back into the people management that I'm doing as well as the finance management? So I don't like to necessarily talk through, the kind of simplicity side of what HR and finance does in the sense of, oh, we're just going to take this employee from the HR management software and get that into the ERP, and then when they get paid, we're going to post that. Yeah, that's the tactical kind of mundane piece of it. What we really want to talk about. And what we really want clients to focus on, we want to focus on internally, is how that entire life cycle develops and increases the value of our team.